technical issues, but I think it may be working this time. All right, let me plug in the microphone. Put this back on the tripod. Test, test. I think that works. All right, sweet. Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. I thought I'd come on, talk to you guys for the next hour. Talk to you guys about snowboard resorts around Lake Tahoe, summer camp, summer snowboarding camp, and also we've got some friends coming to visit this week as well from the DWCP crew. So excited to be on here. Let's get into it and give some shout outs to some of the people who are on here early. We got Broken Creates on super early. Merrick Stewart, what's up? Thanks for hopping on, Merrick. We got In Motion SLB. We got Shred 1904. Shred 1904 joined the membership. Awesome. Thanks, Narav. If you guys haven't yet, if you guys want to become a member of the channel, I think there's like a join button there, and you get some perks and cool stuff, and it's an awesome way to support the channel. So if you want, check out the membership. We got Bad Riders on here asking where are the Aussies. Yeah, we have Aussies incoming. So a bunch of the OGs from the channel, El Stacker, and crew coming soon. So yeah, excited to see all those guys coming shortly. So excited to see some of the DWCP guys coming. Swanee Brews is on here. I think Swanee Brews is part of the crew as well. So yeah, good, man. Looking forward to you guys getting here. Like tomorrow, I think you're getting here. So looking forward to that. It's gonna be awesome. How's the journey been? How's everything been going? I saw you guys were in Colorado and then driving through Utah on your way here. So how's the road trip been going? We got Badger Steeler, AJ DIY Network, Jay Chan, High Octane Boys, Swanee Brew saying cannonball the like button. Awesome, thanks, man. We got Chris Hart on here. Sweet, yeah. So looking forward to this week of snowboarding. There's like some snow on the way. I think there's a storm headed towards Tahoe. So excited to get some new snow and ride some laps over at North Star. It's been pretty cool, like spending the season around the Tahoe area. It's been awesome to explore all the different resorts. Definitely, I didn't really know what to expect. I think I had lower expectations, and all the mountains have like exceeded my expectations. Like, especially Palisades in particular. Palisades, or like it used to be called Squaw Valley, but Palisades is like an incredible spot. Some of the best terrain I've ever ridden. So I really love Palisades. And then also like North Star, which I thought was like a really small resort, but North Star, the backside has like a ton of amazing tree runs, and yeah, one of the best parks around too. So it's been super fun riding at North Star. And I mean, everywhere else, there's so many other places to go that we haven't been to yet. Mount Rose has been incredible. The backcountry is super accessible. So yeah, tons to explore around here. And if you guys haven't been to the Tahoe area, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's one of the best places I've been to. So been super thankful to have the chance to do a season out here. We got Chuck Van on here as well. Chuck Van says excited about this coming week. Awesome, Chuck. Where are you guys right now? How close to town are you? I guess you guys are staying in Carson City. When do you guys arrive? Yeah, shout out to Merrick Stewart. Thanks for hopping on. Carrie Pierce is on here. Rob Gams. A bunch of the OGs on here. El Stacker's on the chat. Cannonball the like button. What's up, El Stacker? I saw the El Stacker was El Napper in the car on Instagram. Sung Choi says, I and Leah miss you so much. We hope to see you again in Whistler. Yeah, like at the moment I'm in the Tahoe area, but hope I'll definitely be riding here and there in Whistler. I'm going back to Canada actually for March, so I might get a few days up in Whistler then. Tom says, "Hey, LibTech or Nitro?" Um, Man, both good brands. You can't go wrong. I mean, do you have like a board or two that you're debating between? Because yeah, if you have if you narrow it down, it makes it easy. But I mean, there's good boards in both lineups. Also, guys, yeah, I'm doing a summer. I'm partnering with the High Cascade Snowboard Camp this summer. So if you guys are interested in doing some summer snowboarding, there's a link to it down in the description. But basically, High Cascade, they put on like the best summer camps, and I'm sort of like a guest of the camp. And anyone that uses the promo code, there's like a whole bunch of perks that unlocks. So if you use the promo code SPC 2023, then you get so if you're up on the mountain and you want some one-on-one coaching, you can come find me, or we can make a plan to do that. I'm going to be doing like clinics on the mountain for anyone that uses the code as well. So like a clinic where we session a box or do a jump or just go ride and work on turns. There's going to be like an exclusive camp dinner with me. So for all the SPC people, we're going to have an exclusive camp dinner that's set up by High Cascade. We're going to do a pre-camp online meetup. So if you like have any questions about what camp is like, what to bring, anything like that, we're going to have like a pre-camp online meetup. And I'm also putting together a camp merch bundle. So like a beanie and sticker pack that's like specific for summer camp that you'll get for free when you arrive to camp if you use the code SPC 2023. So if you guys are thinking about doing a summer snowboard camp, I would highly recommend it. I was there all last summer, like, or as long as the mountain, most of the summer, not the whole summer, but most of the summer I was there for like May, June, July at Timberline Resort at Mount Hood. And it's just like the absolute best place for snowboarding in the summertime. And it's an awesome place to like progress, work on tricks, work on your riding. And the whole like summer snowboarding vibe there is like amazing. And High Cascade like puts on really amazing camps. They've got trampolines. They have like activities after snowboarding. They do it like super well with the accommodation, the food, the coaches, and everything like that. So I'm super stoked to be partnering with High Cascade for this summer for session 1 and 2. So yeah, if you guys are thinking of doing a summer camp, check out the link down in the description. All right. Luke says, watching from a small little service station in Nevada. Awesome. Awesome that you guys are in Nevada. That's sweet. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about snowboarding, about tricks, anything like that, definitely hit me up here in the chat. This season, I've been trying to really push like as many like videos out for you guys as possible, like around progressing your riding or progressing tricks or just like advice too. So if you guys have any questions about gear, about turns, about doing tricks, definitely hit me up in the chat and we'll do my best to answer as many as possible. El Stacker and Luke Hayes dropping some potatoes in the chat. Thanks, guys. Austin asking, have you hit Sugar Bowl while in Tahoe? Haven't hit Sugar Bowl this season. I did do it last season and love that spot. But yeah, I'll definitely have to get out to Sugar Bowl at some point. And Merrick asking if I've ever been to Loveland Pass. Haven't been to Loveland Pass there in Colorado, but I've heard great things and definitely need to go at some point. Johnny says, I just got the Signal Disruptor. What do you think about it? Looks like a sweet board. Yeah, I have a few friends that have ridden that board. I really like it for the park, the positive camber, all that kind of stuff. So I've heard really good things for it as a park board. Chronic Little Skip 27 says, when I started watching your channel, magnet traction seemed to be a popular new thing. I only ever saw one board with it. Really though, do you still hear about it, or do you think it was just a fad? No, I think magnet traction is a really good thing to have. Especially if you like ride any like icy terrain, having magnet traction is huge. The days that I've had magnet traction boards, so boards that I've had that have had magnet traction are like the Libtech, the Libtech Orca, and also the GNU Headspace. And both of those boards, like anytime I was riding firm or icy groomed runs, they did like an amazing job at like holding an edge and just keeping you like locked into the run. So I think magnet traction is awesome. It definitely works really well. I just haven't ridden it recently, just because I wanted to try out some different boards, but I think it's like a really, really cool thing. Even the Jones boards have like a version of magnet traction, kind of like a more mellow version. So when I was riding the Jones Ultramind Expander, it had like a mellower version of magnet traction, and yeah, I love it. I love having boards with magnet traction on it. C. Walters asking, Tahoe, Copper, or Park City for an Ice Coast rider wanting to come out west for a week trip. I would recommend checking out Palisades in Tahoe. I mean, it's got a really cool mountain feel, really diverse terrain. Yeah, the Lake Tahoe is super cool. So you kind of get like a bit of everything. There's so many other resorts around here too. Like if you go to Palisades, you can also check out like 7 or 8 other resorts that are in the area. So, I mean, for me, that's why I'm here. I think, yeah, Palisades is super cool. Yeah, for me, for like a big mountain feel for riding, that's the one I would recommend. Johnny says, do you recommend goggles under your helmet or on top? I mean, I think you should wear them however feels most comfortable for you. To me, I wear my goggle strap underneath my helmet. It just feels like comfortable. You get that like snug goggle fit to your face. And to me, it just like is more comfortable that way. Some people say that it like makes the helmet not work, having your goggle strap underneath your helmet, but I don't think that's true. I think the helmet still protects your head, even if you have a goggle strap underneath there. But yeah, I do it. I wear it underneath, so I'd recommend just whatever way is like the most comfortable and whichever way kind of fits best for you. Neil is cool says, ever planning on going back to Bear? I'd love to get back down to Bear Mountain. Super fun mountain, like that top to bottom terrain park is really fun. If I get the chance, I'll definitely hit it up. No plans right now, but yeah, Bear Mountain is super fun. So close to Los Angeles too, so you have like the city right there, the awesome mountain with the top to bottom terrain park. One of my favorite places to ride in the park for sure. It's just such a great flow to that whole park from top to bottom. So yeah, love riding Bear, but no plans on heading there at the moment. Really love the town too of Big Bear. Such a cool town. Lots of fun restaurants and shops to visit. Really nice people. So yeah, I love it down there. Olson says, nice seeing David Jones in videos. Always good vibes. Yeah, it was sweet having David here. We got some good snow. We rode as much as possible, tried to do as many different like snowboard adventures here around Lake Tahoe while he was here. Tried to show him all the best spots, and I think like everything worked out super well. Yeah, David, he's always like so much fun to hang out with, especially when we go to New Zealand too. He's always like there to take us around and show us places. So it was definitely fun to have David here. Yeah, the last live chat I did, he like popped in and scared me pretty good. So that was really fun. I think the best day we had was maybe riding Palisades on like a sunny day with some new snow and showing them this area called Broken Arrow. If you guys I've seen the video, that was like one of my favorite laps for sure, just riding that area with David. And yeah, hopefully he's having a good time in Colorado, and there may be a chance that I'll be able to ride with him again in Canada, or maybe in April somewhere. So it depends on where each of us are, but it'd be great to ride with him again. Mike P says, I want to ride park and be able to butter. I have a Burton Custom, but I find it too stiff for that. Do you know any good types of boards that would work? Yeah, the Burton Custom is definitely a bit stiffer, especially if you want to get into like intro to butters. So another Burton board that's like you could use is like the Burton Process. It's like a lot softer, so better for doing butters. Maybe like the Solomon Huck Knife. That's like a softer board too, like around a 4 to 10 on the softness. Or you could check out some of the Battalion boards too. Like a lot of the Battalion boards, like the Battalion Wally, is super soft and has the 3BT, so you're less likely to like catch an edge with the 3BT. So those are a few boards too that are good for butters. Randy Jones says, I'm a snowmaker in upstate New York. Hunter Mountain Vale Resorts. We had a tough season so far, but we have just about everything open. Sweet. If you're ever out this way, would hook you up with some free passes. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, appreciate that. If we're ever in the upstate New York area or like New York in general, we'll definitely reach out. Randy Jones. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Anatol says, greetings from Poland. Love this content. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for checking it out. And yeah, greetings from Tahoe. Lorenzo says, hey, Kev, I got the Nitro POW board based partly on your review. Used it at Hood last week after 16 inches of fresh snow fell. And man, what a difference POW boards make. So glad I got a dedicated POW board. Awesome, Lorenzo. That's perfect. I mean, it took me ages too to like figure out that a POW specific board is such a game changer. So I'm glad you picked up that one. That's like, yeah, one of my favorites. And yeah, especially at a place like, you're saying you rode it at Timberline, or where were you? Mount Hood. Yeah. Yeah. It's like such a perfect board for that condition. So yeah, glad you got it, man. Merrick says, did David Jones tell you why he doesn't post anymore? I think he is going to be posting soon. I mean, he's got so many videos lined up. He'll be back. I don't know when or like a date, but I know he's got videos there ready to go. Oh, I think Ty Winter Sports is saying he's going to be in Australia maybe this summer. That's pretty cool. Broken Creates says, do you ever plan on going to Grand Targhee? Possibly. I mean, I don't think so this season because it's quite the trek, but yeah, I would love to get back there. Rode there a few seasons ago, and it was one of my favorite places for powder for sure. What's the best board for rails and boxes? So this season I'm loving the K2 After Black. It's been super good for rails and boxes. Enough camber for stability, but then it's got some reverse towards the tip, so not catchy. So yeah, I would check out the K2 After Black. L Stacker says, greetings from the Toyota Tundra. Whose Tundra is that? Did you steal it from work, L Stacker? Broken Create says, have you ever been to Montana or Idaho? I have been to both. I've never snowboarded in Montana, but I have snowboarded at Bogus Basin in Idaho, and also Mount Schweitzer too. So yeah, snowboarding, the mountains in Idaho are definitely underrated. Some of the best snowboarding out there for sure. Sterling says, do you agree that Tech 9 boards are great for street and rail riding due to the cost point? I ride Tech 9 and Nitro. I didn't know that Tech 9, did Tech 9 still make snowboards? I feel like they may not make them anymore. Christopher, what's the best all mountain board on a budget? Oh man, on a budget, I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that one. Yeah, I feel like, so next season, I think I'm really going to try to get my gear on as much of a budget as possible. So that's something I'm going to start doing some more research into, like trying to find the best park board, the best POW board, and really like as cheap as possible too. Because times are tight with the economy and everything. It's like not that easy at the moment to like spend money on snowboarding, and especially like lift tickets are so expensive. So yeah, thinking of trying to get a bunch of gear together on as much of a budget as possible, and also gonna try to ride resorts as well that are like more on a budget, but it can be hard to do for sure. But yeah, let me get back to you on that one. Chronic Little Skip says, honestly, I assumed Idaho was flat. Same, yeah. Idaho has some of the best mountains out there, and I think Idaho actually has like a history of like ski racing too, with like some steep mountains as well. So Idaho is it's not really talked about too much for some reason. I'm not sure why in terms of skiing and snowboarding, but Idaho definitely has some of the best mountains. Chuck Van wants to know, when will El Stacker go live? I'm sure he's gonna go live soon, maybe tonight. And yeah, when you guys are here too, maybe we can do a live collab. Can I invite people into the live chat? I don't think I can. There may be a way to like go live with people, but I think you have to maybe plan it ahead of time. Ty Gallo says, go to Japan. Lift tickets are way cheaper, and snowboard gear in Tokyo is cheap and heaps of options. Awesome. Yeah, lift tickets in Japan are definitely much more affordable than they are in North America. I think Europe as well. Europe lift tickets are also like much cheaper. Oh, In Motion SLB saying, yeah, Tech 9 still sells in the US for sure. Oh, interesting. Kenny on board is in the chat. Chuck Van is in the chat. Spicoli says, I just got my first pair of new boots, Burton Ruler, and I can't get over the foot pain. Oh no. I heat molded the liner and my feet are always in pain or numb. Anyone have tips? Spicoli, yeah, sorry to hear that. That really sucks. I mean, it's tough because when you have foot pain in your boot, it can be hard to get rid of, or like impossible. Like for me, like I feel like if I have a pair of boots that give me foot pain, it's like I haven't found a solution to make it go away. You know, one option is to possibly take them to a like ski boot fitter, and a ski boot fitter may be able to like either do something to the boot in terms of like punching them out in places for more space, or maybe adding things into your boot to like lessen the space, or maybe try like a footbed. But yeah, sometimes uncomfortable boots are just uncomfortable in general, especially if they're like too small. I feel like sometimes you get encouraged to get like a pair of boots that are too small, and that can really just create a lot of pain too. So I mean, I would try to take them to like a ski boot fitter and see if they can do something for you. But yeah, sorry to hear that, Spicoli. Yeah, I was in a snowboard shop over the summer, and I heard a guy say that who was trying to get somebody the best pair of boots, and he said, if the boots are hurting your feet in the store, then they'll be comfortable on the mountain. And I was just thinking to myself, no, I mean, they should be comfortable the whole way through. but it is what it is. Yeah, finding comfortable snowboard boots is tough. Lorenzo says, any plans to hit up Mount Baker this season? I want to hit that one up ASAP. Possibly, yeah. So for March, I'm going back to like the Vancouver area, and I do have a trip planned to the interior of BC, to like Kimberley, BC. And then, yeah, if the snow is coming to Baker, it's about a 2.5 to 2 hour drive from my house to Mount Baker. So I may have a few trips down there in March, but we'll see what the weather does. I mean, Mount Baker does get so much snow, so it's pretty likely that I'll be down there sometime in March. Kenny on board saying hit the like button. Awesome. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, we have 58 people watching, 25 likes. Can you show us your board and boots? Yeah, so my boards are right back here. I kind of put them in a bad place. But here we go. So I've got the, yeah, K2 After Black, and then also the K2 After Black, and then K2 Excavator. And yeah, both are, yeah, K2 After Black for park. It's an awesome park board. K2 Excavator for powder. Been loving both boards. And then my boots are the Vans High Standard Pros, which are, I think they're upstairs somewhere. So, and then yeah, Vans boots. And the Vans boots to me are like super comfortable. Olson says, it seems like you enjoyed step-in bindings on earlier vids, but what holds you back from going all in on them? So I think like step-ons are good for, they're kind of good for just like casual riding. So the process of stepping in, it works really well on like when you are just like on firm snow or like on the groomed part of the run. But I feel like the step-ons kind of lack in terms of like, once you get into the powder and stuff, it does like create an issue trying to like push your foot down in soft snow. I'm not a big fan of that. And I do prefer to have the straps, because with the straps, like you're not just solely relying on your boot to keep your like foot tight into the board. I mean, that's like the biggest issue, is that you just can't have that tightness, that tight feel to your board as much with the step-ons as you can with the traditional straps. So like with the step-ons, I can have my boot like completely tight, feel my foot feels secure. But then that's the only thing like really keeping me connected to the board. Whereas with the straps, you also have the straps there to like give that extra bit of tightness. So I kind of use the idea that with your tight boots and tight straps, you feel like 100% sort of tied into your board. But with just the boots, you're kind of at like 85%. So it's still really good, and the step-ons are better than I expected. But you're like, yeah, you're missing that like 15%. And then when you start taking the step-ons like outside of like just a groomed run, it starts to get a little bit tricky to like get your foot in and out. But I think, yeah, for groomers and stuff, they work awesome. I want to take them out actually on some more like park days and test them out some more just like in the park. So yeah, more step-on videos coming soon too. And then Nicholas asking, what do you think of the Supermatics? Supermatics are pretty good as well. They're kind of like, they are comparable to the step-ons, but I guess my issue with the Supermatics is the same thing as with even though they do have the straps, because you're not tightening the straps every time you put your foot in, you're not getting that like 100% like tied in feel to your board, because you don't have that, like, you're not strapping in the straps every time. So even though you do have that feeling of straps, and with the tight boot and the straps, you kind of getting, I would say you're getting closer to like 90% secured into your board. but it's not getting you to like 100. Like you're not getting those extra clicks to really get you to, locked into your snowboard. The Supermatics are convenient. So on like, again, like on a groomed run, just putting your foot in, clicking down, that's like super convenient. However, to get out, you do have to like reach a bit further to get your foot out. And then on soft snow, it's a little bit more of a pain to get your foot into the binding on soft snow because you're pushing down, you got snow coming in there. So the traditional straps are actually more convenient to strap into in soft snow. But yeah, I think for casual riders, I just want to have that 90% locked in feeling on groomed runs. I think they're super good. Nicholas says, I think I'll stick with my traditional straps. Yeah, same. Like for me, the traditional straps are worth it because I like having those like extra clicks to get it to like 100% kind of tied in. And also like getting my foot out is easier with the traditional straps too. So it's like even if some people find that getting your foot into the Supermatics or step-ons is easier to get in, it's definitely harder to get out. So you're kind of like, there's compromises with everything there. And Brian says, hey Kevin, I really enjoy the Burton step-ons in the terrain park. They're super easy to get in and out and very responsive landing jumps or getting sideways on rails or boxes. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to test them out in the park as well. Noah says, hey, love your vids. Glad I could catch a live. Currently torn between Union Strata and Arbor Cypress. Thoughts? I've never ridden the Arbor Cypress, but yeah, I really like the Union Strata. That's what I have on both of these boards. So super good bindings. Daniel says, yo, I'm considering going to Canada to work at a ski resort. I live in Sweden. Any tips on where to go? Cheers. For sure. So I would say, I mean, to me, Whistler is number one. So I'd recommend Whistler first. Revelstoke is like maybe up there, like 2 or 3. Fernie is also a pretty cool place. And I mean, I haven't been to everywhere in Canada and BC, but I would put those as like my top 3: Whistler, Revelstoke, and then Fernie. But yeah, if you get the chance to do it, definitely do a season in Canada. Do more than one if you can, because yeah, it's such a cool experience. Like just working either for the resort or in the town. And then being able to ride as much as you can and having that whole like mountain town experience is really awesome. Chronic says, is there a weight limit to riding powder? I weigh about 215 to 220 pounds and don't want to get stuck. There's not, no. So, but having a powder specific snowboard will definitely help you. So make sure you get a power board that, I mean, you don't have to have a power board, but a power board helps. And get something that is within your weight range too. So for me, I weigh 200 pounds and my power snowboard is a 162 in length. So you could probably go for like a 164 power board and that will really help you like stay floating on top. Brian says, I went from Union Strata to Burton step-ons. I love them both, but I enjoy traditional bindings for getting the strap super tight. But step-ons are good when trying to hit quick laps on groomers. Awesome, man. Yeah, it's kind of like good things about both. Kenny on board. I think your filmer has moved up a notch. Some shots look like video games. Awesome. Um, he's in the comments, so I think Yannick will really like that one. Yeah, he's been killing it. No way. So Ty Winter Sports says, and no, I'm not. He's not working with Burton anymore. I'm now with No Bad Day Snowboards now. No way. Ty Winter Sports, what's going on? You don't work at the Burton shop? What's the No Bad Day connection? How's that working out? Lorenzo says, I'm 225 and the Nitro POW works great. Awesome, man. Yeah, the Nitro POW is like it's like a wide POW board too. So definitely can really keep you floating on top of anything. Brian says, Yannick is the most underrated filmer in the game, getting all those shots. Killer shots, yeah, for sure. Merrick says, does anyone sponsor you? This season, yeah, no sponsors on the channel, completely sponsor free. David, I'm going to snowboard for the first time Friday. I've watched your videos for the last couple weeks. Can't wait to ride. Awesome, David. Yeah, have fun your first day, man. Just like, yeah, enjoy it. Don't push yourself too hard. Just go at like your own pace and yeah, learn over a couple days or like however like your pace goes. But yeah, hope you have fun out there, man. Ty Winter Sports says we got some stuff to send to you. Awesome. Thanks, Napa. I'll talk to you on Instagram, man. And Daniel says, thanks. I have an acquaintance working in Revy, but Whistler is the dream. On a side note, any quick tips for learning flips? Yeah, definitely learn them on a trampoline first. So like getting that air awareness on a trampoline doing flips is huge. So do them as many as you can do on a trampoline, and then the whole like flip makes a lot more sense once you take it to the snow. And then for the snow, it's good to have like one place where you can session kind of over and over again, because even this year, the times I've attempted like front flips or like tame dog front flips, it's like if I only have one shot, it's like usually the first one you kind of don't fully commit. And then it's like after that, then you're like, oh, okay, now I know what to do, how it's going to feel. And I guess a mistake that I've made is I haven't like sessioned a spot like over and over again. So if you get the chance to like session one area, one takeoff with the landing, that's the best way to like get it down on your snowboard. But yeah, before you try it on the snow, make sure you try it on a trampoline like a bunch of times. JH Sports says, you got to come to Mount Hood Meadows. I know, I still haven't ridden at Meadows. Coming back to Timberline this summer, but yeah, Meadows is a place I got to hit. Brian says, Kev, when are you going to rip with Casey Willax? I saw you ripping with Daly the other day, but when is the CV and SPC collab? Hopefully this week. I'm sure Chuck Van and the guys have reached out to Casey, so maybe I'll see Casey this week as well. It'd be super fun to ride with Casey too. Merrick, has this been a good year so far? Honestly, it's been one of the best years for sure. So the cool thing about the Tahoe area and all the resorts around here is that like when it snows, there's been a lot of like really good snowfalls, a lot of like big snow dumps, especially like early January, there's a ton of good snow. But also like throughout, like sporadically, there's been a lot of like really good snowfalls in like October. So I was riding at Mammoth like mid-October with like 5 feet of snow. So yeah, a good mix of like really deep snow days and sunny park days as well. So to have like both of those has been amazing. So some of the best POW days I've ever had have been here at Tahoe, and also some of the best like sunny park days as well. And that's like kind of like the style of riding that I like to do, is to have like the best of both worlds. And so yeah, it's been a great season, one of my best seasons for sure. And yeah, I mean, I love other places too, like traveling, Whistler, Japan, all that's like amazing. But being in one place for a season and just like kind of getting a good mix of POW and sun has been really cool. And yeah, sometimes in Whistler, even though Whistler gets like tons of snow, you can miss the sun sometimes, because if it's like snowing for like a month or a mix of snow and rain, you really start to miss the sun. So it's been cool to have a good mix of sun and powder. Nicholas says, what do you do in the off season for any type of training of leg conditioning, or just staying sane for not being able to ride? Honestly, like I still try to snowboard in the summer as well. So like going to Mount Hood, going to Timberline, that's one of my favorite things to do in June and July, just to like keep the snowboard legs going. But outside of that, I guess I do, try to spend a lot of time just like recovering too. So taking time off. And then I guess like my other hobby outside of snowboarding is probably just doing like hikes in the mountains. So doing like hikes is like really good. It's good for your legs. It's kind of like, it's a good way to stay injury free too. Like hiking is pretty low consequence. So that's like a good thing that I do. And then also having like a 20-30 minute like exercise routine throughout the off season to just to keep you fit like overall. So something that works your legs, your core, even your upper body. So something that's like a good balance of that. If you can get into a 30-minute workout routine, that's like that's something that really helps too in the off season. I think I saw Chuck say something about Casey. So Casey's heading over to the East Coast this week to start a NAR-V tour. He will be back in mid-March. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool for him. Unfortunately, gonna miss Casey, but we'll follow the NAR-V tour on YouTube for sure. Bad Riders, how's the storm prep going, Kev? Got Yannick out there with the snow shovel yet? Storm prep. So I guess we could wax the snowboards. That's one thing we need to do, is give the snowboards a wax. And we took yesterday off and today off. So we've kind of like, we're preparing in terms of just getting rested, get the boards ready. And the snow shovel is there if we need it. But yeah, we should get some gas for the car. That's the other thing we need to do. But yeah, we're pretty much ready for the storm. Chronic says, you're really selling me on Tahoe. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. The thing that's the best, like you get the sun, you get snow, but also the terrain is really good. Especially, I mean, I keep talking about Palisades, but the terrain at Palisades is awesome. Trees at North Star are sweet. There's other small resorts all over the place to check out. Even like towards like the south, like Heavenly is a really cool mountain too. But then Kirkwood past Heavenly, Kirkwood is a really fun resort too. And one thing I've noticed as well is that a lot of these resorts, you like almost never wait in a lift line. So like the other day we were at Palisades, and like actually pretty much every day I've been snowboarding at Palisades, there's been like no lift line. So that's like really surprising. Same with that North Star. I mean, you might get a bit of a lift line at North Star, but nothing like too crazy. So even though there's, great skiing and snowboarding, you don't really wait in lift lines too much around here. And compared to like Whistler, you could be like waiting for hours. And here, most of the time, you just ride right up to the lift and get on. Chris says, are there any hidden gems in Canada or North America? Oh, I lost the question. Are there any hidden gems in Canada or North America for snowboarding? Not too busy, not too expensive. Yeah, I would say like Revelstoke is a bit of a hidden gem. Revelstoke is really sweet. Oh, I got my dog Jake coming to say hello. Hi, Jake. Also, I really liked snowboarding at Fernie too, so I feel like Fernie is a bit of a hidden gem. Also, good boy. All right, let me see if I can show you guys Jake. Oh, there he is. Oh, good boy, Jake. You having a good nap? Oh, good boy, Jakey. Little Jake intermission. El Stacker asking, has everyone smashed the like button? Yeah, we got 52 people watching, 37 likes. Yeah, also, if you guys haven't yet and you want to become a member of the channel, I think there's a join button like right down there. Gets you some special perks. Also, in the description, I've got my gear listed, but more importantly, I have a link to the High Cascade Summer Snowboard Camp. So if you guys want to come snowboarding with me this summer, there's a link down there. Use the promo code. It unlocks like a whole bunch of things. One-on-one coaching on request. I'll be doing clinics, a dinner with me, a pre-camp meetup, online meetup. Also, I'm going to make some exclusive beanies and stickers for camp. So yeah, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, check out the description. Or if you want to support the channel, hit that members join button too. Oh, we got Robert Fowler watching from Brisbane. Awesome. What's up, Robert? Met Robert in New Zealand. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you on the chat. Al Stacker says he's super fast at snowboarding in kilometers. Awesome, man. I mean, I think you're pretty fast in miles per hour too. All right. Jake, are you ready to go snowboarding? Jake, you want to go snowboarding? I don't think he knows what snowboarding is. You did come one day in the car. You just waited in the car for us. Good boy. All right. Oh yeah, because so you guys are doing the cross country tour, and all the Aussies are looking at kilometers, and El Stacker is the only American, is the only person on miles. I mean, when in Rome, you guys got to be on miles per hour now. Hopefully you got the Tundra. Do you have the Tundra set to kilometers or miles? Chuck Van says, El Stacker says he's also much slimmer in kilograms. Oh yeah, in kilos. Yeah, I don't even know how much I am in kilos. I'm 200 pounds, and I think it's like 2.2. So what is that, like 75 kilos? Jay says, hey Kev, I shattered my wrist in France while landing backwards going down a black. Any tips or gear you would recommend for next season? Now my season is finished. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jay. Man, I would say, yeah, just like focus on recovery. Don't worry about season gear. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. I think throughout the summer and into the fall, I'll be posting stuff about gear. But in the meantime, man, just heal up, get ready for next season. But yeah, sorry to hear about that. That really stinks. Oh yeah, going down a black. So you just caught your edge, went backwards on the black diamond, and wrist first. I would say like maybe do some research on like how to protect that wrist next season. So maybe a wrist guard or something like that. But yeah, really sorry to hear that, Jay. Eddie says, going to Breck for the week. Looks like it's going to be freezing. Do you have any base layers you recommend? To be honest, I don't really have like a favorite base layer. I do have like a Burton mid-weight base layer and also a Dakine. I have a Dakine one, and also I think I also have like a Ride base layer. But I mean, they all kind of do the same thing, and I don't think one is really better than the other. I would just say buy a base layer that is like the right thickness for what you need. So if it's going to be really cold, maybe try to get like a heavier base layer. And but it kind of depends on like you and how the temperature that you run at. For me, I like to wear lots of different layers. So having like just like a mid-weight base layer, and then on top of that, I can put as many layers on as I need. So I feel like I just recommend pick up something that's like mid-weight and then layer as you need to. El Stacker wants to know, what is the next SPC beanie color going to be? I mean, you tell me. If you have any requests, could go back to the black beanie, could go for a white beanie. I don't know. The SPC colors are kind of black, white, and red, but could do something different too. Could go like neon. Good boy, Jake. Jake is just hanging out here. Hey, you want to say hello? Oh, are you going to meet Chuck and Nell Stacker? And Swanee Bruce? And Luke Hayes? Chronic Swanee says green. Oh, a green. I mean, that's very Australian. Green and yellow. Oh, well, Stacker is voting for a green beanie as well. Bad Rider says a green beanie would be tight. Orange or green? Chili colored beanie. Multicolored beanie. Oh, wow. Ty Winter Sports, has anyone ever been snowboarding in Chile? Yeah, good question. Yeah, I went to Chile a few years ago. Awesome place for snowboarding. Yeah, one of the best places for sure. If you guys can, definitely make the trip. I recommend August. I think August is the time to go. Apparently July is when all like the school kids have time off. So if you go in August, it's much quieter, and they have really good snow in August as well. Jay says, side note, have you hit up Sunshine Resort in Banff, Alberta yet? A couple years ago, I think you said you'd like to go. I did actually go last year, and I didn't really have the greatest time. So it was very cold. There was like no new snow, and I found that the resort wasn't like the best laid out. There's a lot of like flat areas for snowboarders where I felt like I had to like either unstrap and walk, or it was just kind of like it felt like an awkward mountain. So I didn't have the greatest time at Sunshine Resort. So yeah, I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe my expectations were too high, but it was very cold and the flow of the mountain was a bit awkward. So I didn't have the greatest time. Gray, Carrie Pierce says a gray beanie. Oh yeah, I did have a gray beanie a few years ago. Maybe I'll go back to the gray. Gray is a good one. Awesome. I think I'll end the live chat there, guys, but thanks everyone for hopping on. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming on. If you guys haven't yet, give this video a like, subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp. Again, if you guys want to become a member, hit that join button. And if you want to come summer snowboarding, there's a link to that in the description too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Stay tuned. So videos coming out this next week. We'll probably be making some videos with the Australian guys coming to visit with the whole crew there. Chuck, Swanee Brews, Luke, L Stackers, an honorary Aussie maybe for the week. And so yeah, look out for videos with those guys. And if you guys have any video requests too, like if there's something you want to learn, something you're working on, maybe leave that a request for that in the description, and we'll definitely get some tutorial videos coming for you guys as well. But yeah, it's good hanging out with you guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have fun out there snowboarding, guys. See you in the next one.